Hi everybody, this is Jazz, aka Trend Trader for you. Here I'm once again from sunny California, about 76 degrees, so weather's not that bad. Anyway, so we're gonna get into our weekly analysis, and what I'll be doing this time is SPY, and I'm also going to be adding the diamonds, the Qs, and the IWM. That way you kind of get a picture of the overall indices of it, and hopefully it'll help a few of the people who are trading in a longer term perspective. Anyway, so looking at the SPY, right? This is we're looking at weekly pictures. I'm going to zoom in. If you look at this, all we're seeing here is higher highs, which was, look at this. This is the higher high being put in above, higher high above. We talked about it. So there's not a whole lot of analysis to be put in the weekly. It's still writing the trend, and um, if I draw a trend line, just connecting these points, and let's see if we see some kind of a weakness around here as it's testing this top trend line. So going into the daily. Oh wow, look at this really bold SMAs. Anyways, sorry about that. I did a session and it was I did it for the client. So anyway, so what we're looking at is a doji right here in a daily, and prices are still above 200-day, 50, and 20-day SMA. And looking at a doji, it's the indecision. Really doesn't mean anything until we see some kind of follow through. So we have a really nice, you probably can call this a high wave doji, and then you have another indecision small candle. So what we're doing, we have a nice uptrend, and we're basing. We've been basing for 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 to 5 days, and let's see what kind of price action we get. The recent supply, the recent support I see is right around here. So we'll see if price were to come down, we might see some kind of a pullback to this area, might jump up from here. But we'll go by as we see, as the trend folds in itself. And this is what we have to talk about SPY. And then we have, let's talk about actually let's go into the weekly. We'll talk about let's talk about Dow, right? Talk about Dow, same thing, nothing much changes in here. Never talked about it in here, but here we have a really nice test of a trend line, if you see, and then again it's printing higher highs, same as SPY, higher high, higher high, and higher high, healthy for a really nice uptrend. If we go into the weekly chart of the Dow, let me zoom in a little bit. Again, do you seeing somewhat of a reversal, not a reversal, but a indecision candle again. Again, this is a, if you zoom into it, this is actually, you can call this as a bearish harami, meaning it's happening in an uptrend, but we can't say anything about it till we get some kind of reversal signal. Again, for this one, you probably, if it comes down, we can see some kind of bounce around this area, because this is where the recent support was, and it bounced up here, and more likely once it comes down it can act as a support. I'm sorry, it was a recent resistance, because once it bounced out of here, and also old resistance will become new support. And let's see if it comes down here, and we might see a bounce. If not, again, it's all speculative, but we look at the charts as we go, and if there are any technical changes, we adapt to it rather than just speculate it. I hate to speculate about where the price is going, or if it's going, a 20% move or 30% move. It's just not me, my style. I trade as I see the candlesticks, as I see the trend unfolding. So that's that. So that's Dow. Let's go into your Nasdaq Qs. Again, beautiful uptrend. Let me actually delete this. Again, this was something that I taught my client. So if we delete this, we have a nice uptrend in here again, and testing the upper trend line. So we'll see what it does. But again, the whole what the trend is telling us, that we're still in a really nice uptrend, no weakness, no nothing. We had some glitch over here in mostly all the indices, SPY, Dow, and even in the Nasdaq, and it bounced up from here, which probably caught a lot of shorts off of the guard, and they're probably getting squeezed, or they got squeezed. I'm sure most of them are already out by now. Going into daily, again, actually, I would say this is Q's is probably the stronger than the SPY or the diamond based on this candle. It actually opened around here 102.87, went down to 102.57, but was able to close all the way at the top, which is really bullish candle. So if you look at this one, we're looking for some kind of support right around here. If it were to pull back right around there, and then we have again, guys, you guys have to monitor all these gaps here. These gaps are important. These are created by the big institutions. The reason why I'm saying it's big institutions, I look at the percentage of it, I kind of calculate it, and it tells me that the gaps are created by big institutions rather than the novices. uh, Something about the gaps. Intraday, I look at intraday plays, and I can tell as soon as the price open at a desirable area where I want it to be. If it doesn't open around there, or it opens way above or way below, I can tell if that it's a novice or a pro gap. Pro gap meaning it's caused by the professional people. Novice gap meaning it's probably caused by few of the beginners, few of the novice people that just want to get in the stock. As soon as stock market opens, they have market orders in there, and as soon as the stock market opens, their market orders, regardless, a lot of people don't know how the market orders work. If your stock closed at $20 on Friday, let's say, and you put you said market order, buy me on Monday, add a market order. If the stock opens at 22, you are going to fill that 22 based on the bid and the ask. So that's why a lot of gaps you'll see are novice gaps, and if they get filled in, eventually what happens is they get filled in, and either they can go in the same direction or they reverse. So it's very important as a smart trader, as an investor, that you need to be differentiating what a novice gap is or what a pro gap is. Okay, so that's the Qs. Going back to the IWM, this is the interesting chart I see. um, I drew this line right there. You look at this line. First of all, what are we seeing in here? We're in a weekly time frame, right? We're seeing a higher high put in, right? And the next, this candle right there, it was unable to print a higher high. It actually printed a lower high, but this is very interesting here. It's actually printing a higher high above this one. So we'll see, but at the same time, we're still below this right there. So we'll see, we might get a reversal, might not, but it's all about, again, looking at the candlesticks and finding a reversal pattern if that works good. And this is one of the patterns I talked about last week, was head and shoulder. This is a perfect example why I don't like breakout trading, rather than I want to get into a move where I'm proven right or wrong right away. Okay, and this is a failed pattern of a head and shoulder, right? You can look at my last the video, and I talked about it, how there is a head, you have a left shoulder, depending on how you looking at it, the right shoulder, and the length of the target is from here on to here. So if you were to duplicate this from here, you and where the price broke out from, it would probably calculate just around there. See how this pattern actually failed and was unable to come down here. So if somebody shorted, I'm sure they were smart enough to cover. As they shorted, they put their stops to the break even, or their stops was right above, right around here. And if they didn't, they were probably stopped out. But if somebody shorted here, I'm sure a lot of people actually took the profits here. You're talking about around a $4 if it moves. So definitely people were covering or taking profits, but it didn't complete the whole pattern. It should have probably came down here, and this is where you see a decent enough support, and probably could have bounced up from here. Then it didn't happen. So this is actually a failed pattern of head and shoulder. So, and looking at the dailies again, I'm zoom out a little bit, and seeing some kind of reversal candle right here at the resistance. So this is going to be very interesting. I would probably, if I were to take a trade on it, probably short at this point with my stop above here, and my target was probably going to be a gap fill or around this area. Again, these are all educational. I don't suggest anybody to go and start taking trades. but this is IWM is the only one that's actually showing some kind of weakness. Okay, this is a low risk trade, can give high probability, and there are many places you could be covering. This is another one. You can go down, there's a support right around here, then obviously there's a this is this is the V bottom, right? And this, I teach my clients how to trade these. Beautiful V bottom, and this is where the demand is really hot. So I'm gonna end that here, and what I'm doing is I'm going to make the video about my services. A lot of people, I've been doing a lot of lately a lot of sessions, and uh, I wanted to make a video where I can explain what kind of services I have for beginners, intermediate, and advanced level traders. I'm not gonna put that in here, make that a separate video. So if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it. It's again, I'm trying to again sell my services, but I don't want you to get ripped off from these big institutions or big places where you're getting charged 12, 14, $15,000 rather than paying fraction of a price to learn exactly the same stuff. And I have many emails, many clients that can, vouch for me and say, you know what, my stuff works, and I teach simplicity, which is a support and resistance, trend, some candlesticks, and a few of other things tagging along all together in a confluence, making your trading successful. So I'll end this here, and hopefully you guys gain some knowledge out of it. Again, I'll try to add something new every week here and there. So just hang on and keep and go back to SPY and keep on watching the benchmark, right? This is the benchmark of the market, and this is my information here. Actually going on the weekly. The trend trader, and follow me at Twitter. Please pass if you like my analysis. Please refer, follow me on Facebook and YouTube. Become my subscriber. That way you don't have to wait for the email. You'll get an email if you're a subscriber right away. I put the emails out for my wrap-ups or whatever it is. All right, guys, take care and have a great weekend. And getting ready to watch some football games. All right, bye.